This may be tea to you, but baby, this is my tea. This is my cup of tea. This is my testimony. Before I begin, I am going to read some Bible verses. So let's dig right into it. Philippians 3 verses 3 through 14. Brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it. But one thing I do, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead. I press on toward the goal to win the prize which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus. Basically, just to really let go of the past. Today, I'm going to be giving you guys my testimony. It is behind me, but I feel like my testimony will be able to help someone, whether it's the whole thing or just a little bit of it. I don't care if 3 people see this video, but I do want someone to be able to know you're not alone. So stop thinking that you're alone, and to honestly forgive yourself, because God has already forgave you. So why are we condemning ourselves for our past? We all fall short. We're not perfect in any way, but it's the fact that we can take accountability today and know that, hey, I need to change. Like, this is not who I was meant to be. I know I'm not meant to be. I knew, like me, y'all, I always knew I was destined for more, but hey, sometimes life be life, and this is why I decided to make the video, because life do be life, and you really be thinking you're the only one going through something when you're not. This may be tea to you, but baby, this is my tea. This is my cup of tea. This is my testimony. So let me get my notebook, because I can forget stuff. I'm so forgetful. I just didn't want to forget detail by detail, because I can get to talking, and baby, we can just... So off the bat, y'all, I've struggled with depression, suicidal thoughts, anxiety, lust, fornication, low self-esteem, promiscuity. I've struggled with several things, and still to this day, some of it is still kind of hard. You know, it's temptation. Temptation is real. Temptation is definitely real. But I'm going to go ahead and give y'all my story, give y'all my little tea. So I moved to Mississippi when I was about 4 or 5, and when I moved to Mississippi, y'all, I started getting hyperpigmentation. So as I got older, I'll say in 2nd grade, that's when things really kind of like changed for me. I don't know but I live down south, right? So mosquitoes. And if you are from the South, you know that mosquitoes leave scars, and sometimes the scars can be very, very hard to go away. Me, I don't know if this was like a nerve thing because of a divorce, my parents' divorce, I don't know. Or it could have been like separation anxiety because I didn't have my dad anymore. I don't know. I really honestly don't know. But when I was younger, I would be a picker. So I would pick on the mosquitoes, and that creates a dark spot. You know, you're supposed to just leave it alone. Me, I was just a picker. I would pick my mom. I still remember she told me, move. And I'm like, I got so mad. But I would be doing this all day. And like I said, that could have been a separation anxiety issue for me, because I didn't have my dad anymore, because I would be so clingy to my mom. So that could have been my way of dealing with, oh, where's my dad? I don't have my dad. I don't know, because I was young. So, but looking back on it, that may have been what it was. So yeah, so I ended up getting the hyperpigmentation on my face as well. And which is kind of weird, because I don't think the mosquitoes were on my face. So I honestly think it could be a genetic thing, because I didn't have mosquitoes on my... you don't know when mosquitoes on your face, so I don't know. But anyways, I'll put like pictures so you guys can kind of see. So in the 2nd grade, that's when I really started to get bullied. I didn't have any friends. If I did have people talking to me, they wouldn't want to be on a playground with me. I remember this one incident where it was a group of girls, they were playing, and I wanted to see like what's going on, like I want to play too. And basically they like pushed me out the way, like, Sadia, get out the way. And that's what they said, they like move back. And that right there was the moment where I kind of realized, like, oh my goodness, I don't have any friends. Like, I would just hang out on the wall just by myself, just chilling on the wall. And that right there, just like I said, it really crushed me because I didn't know that that was going to be going on for years. So you know, like third grade, people, I remember this one incident. Someone was talking about someone, and I don't even know why I laughed. I don't even know. I ended up laughing, and guess what? What happened? They started to talk about me. As you know, that's how it is in school. So that right there made me realize, okay, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not, you know, I ain't talking to nobody. Nothing. I was just in the classroom. So that happened, you know. So the same thing happened. Fourth grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade. You know, basically people were calling me ugly every day. Like I said, not no friends. If I had friends, like I said, I wouldn't even call them friends. But just from second grade all the way up, you know, just getting called ugly every single day. Sixth grade, now that's, I guess it's, you kind of considered almost like middle school, right? People would say I'm too skinny. they they would talk about my weight every day. Do you mom, like, one girl will come up, hey, does your mom feed you? Do you eat at home? And it's like, I'm just a skinny person. Like, naturally, I'm still skinny. I had a son, and people still think I'm 16, but I'm a small person, right? But people call me skinny every single day, as if I don't eat. I got called ugly every single day, which is so weird because I would win awards for like having perfect attendance. So I thought that was kind of weird, like looking back on it. Like, how in the hell did I have perfect attendance when people were bullying me every single day? You know, it was really so bad that I started having suicidal thoughts. Like I said, in the sixth grade is when I started having my suicidal thoughts because, you know, you go to school every day and you're hearing someone call you ugly. No one wants to talk to you. No one really wants to be your friend. I had this one girl, I thought my friend, and she had eczema. So she had like patches all over her. And even she would talk about me. So it was just, it made me, you know, it really did make me sad. It's just like I said, I had suicidal thoughts at a very young age. To cope with that, I did go to school. I was doing the science fair boards, the reading boards. I was very creative. I was doing all of that. I was in band on top of that, you know, second chair. But like doing all of that still didn't really take my mind off the fact that I really want to die. I didn't feel like being alive at a young age. I finally had told my mom the last day of sixth grade because that last day really took a token on me. It was just, I was getting called ugly so much that day. It just really made me, I was going to do it that day. Like, I was going to go ahead and just take my life. And I told my mom, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be here. And she suggested, you know, she was like, no, how about let's go get you some makeup, you know, wear makeup. And that right there, that right there didn't make it any better. When you get to seventh grade, now it's like, girl, didn't you just have spots on your face? Like, where's the makeup? Like, I mean, where's the spots? Where's the spots? So that's what I was dealing with. And then for the fact that, y'all, I didn't know how to do my makeup. I guess all the Leah J videos did not work out for me, but I didn't know how to do my makeup. My makeup was super cakey. I was looking very ghostly because you gotta realize, I'm just trying to cover up my spots. I'm not really trying to look cute. I wasn't like, you know, I was just trying to cover up my spots. Simply that. And the boys, the girls, they dragged me. So even the teachers, my one teacher was like, you're wearing way too much makeup. And I'm just like, ugh. Because I was like, I don't know what to do at this point. You know, I just want to cover up my spots. You know, I'm just so tired of people talking about my skin or, you know, calling me ugly. Now they're saying my face is cakey. I'm looking like ghost face. So I just really felt, I just felt so alone. I just really felt so alone. And like I said, I really wanted to die. I really, really wanted to kill myself. I tried running track. The track coach was telling me you're gonna have holes all in your skin if you keep wearing makeup. You need to stop it. So I think after that, I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do anything. So I didn't do any extra activities, extracurricular activities. I stopped track. I really wanted to do track because of my dad, but because of what people said about me and how it was making me feel, I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna do anything. Okay, I'm not gonna do anything. I wanted to be a cheerleader, and I'm just like, I can't because I just felt like I was ugly because people said I was so ugly, you know. So I really thought deep down, I'm ugly, I'm worthless, and I'm no better. As I got older, I would say like eighth grade. That's when the boys started coming to play. Honestly, I never been in a real relationship. So if someone kind of liked me, it was most because they were trying to have sex, but I didn't do it. My way of saying, "Hey, I like you," is I will buy them stuff. So which is crazy because girl, you're in the eighth grade and you're buying, but that was just my way of, you know, that's just how I did it. I remember this one girl told me you would look pretty if you were gay. I forgot to even put that in there. I battled homosexuality. You know what I did? I decided to go be gay. And I started talking to this older girl. And we ended up, well, we didn't have sex, but it was like we kissed and stuff, you know, like that. So that right there, my mom was not going for that, y'all. My mom was, you know, a person of color, black girl, whatever. You're going to church and we're going to pay the gay out of you. And I used to tell her, you know, that's not going to work. I am who I am. I'm gay and I like it. Okay. Looking back on it, it was a phase. And I feel like when you're really getting to know yourself, that's the age you're getting to know yourself. So things like that will happen. The devil will creep up on you when you're going through puberty and all those things. But I didn't like the girl, but then I was telling my mom that I was gonna run away with her, so she called the cops on me. I thought I was gonna be happily after with her, and I don't know why, y'all. I really don't know why. Honestly, just looking back on it, I feel like it was just because of attention, and it was something different. You know, it was just something different. But no. Eventually, after that phase, you know, getting beatings and church meetings. After that, I did not talk to another girl, but it's like I still had the thoughts, but I didn't. So that's that. You know, homosexual activities at a young age, like sexual encounters. Although it wasn't sex, but you know, I'm young. I'm doing things that I'm not supposed to do. You know, at that age, I wasn't really worried about God. I'm not gonna lie. God wasn't in my mind at that time. I was still young and still learning life. As I got in ninth grade, like as I got into high school, that's when things really, really, really just took a toll on me. I went from making good grades, y'all, very good grades, to I just couldn't. I remember it was this test. Um, it was a science test. It was a science-based test, and I couldn't pass it for anything in the world because I was just at that point. I was so drained, and I was just like done with life that I just didn't care. I think I didn't pass my test. They had to like add points in because I just couldn't pass it. I just didn't care about school anymore. My grades were not good. I just did not care about school at all. I was so worried about what other people said about me and what they. I just did not care. As in high school, it just went to the point where like, not only are these people talking about me, but now they want to fight me. They won't. It's so crazy because why would you want to fight me because I'm ugly? They're calling me ugly. They're asking me about, oh, are you talking to my man? And it's like, if I'm so ugly, why would your man be talking to me? And why would you be worried if I am talking to your man if I'm ugly, right? Now that's the tea. That's the tea right there. But it was so bad, y'all. So bad. The depression just kept kicking in. I would miss so many days of school, and the principal was like, everyone else is here, and why you can't come to school? And I'm just like, are you for real right now? Are you for real right now? What do you mean why I can't come to school? What do you mean? Like, let's be for real. And it's sad because teachers don't know how to handle bullying. Principals do not know how to handle bullying. And nowadays, you have people actually unaliving themselves because they're getting bullied. And by the praise of God, I'm so glad I didn't do it because I am able to give my testimony to you guys today. But y'all, the bullying was so bad on me. You have these people constantly talking about you, and I always felt alone. I would go to the cafeteria, no friends. I'm sitting by myself, and you have these people saying, oh, your makeup is not matching today. Oh, it looks a little orange. Oh, your makeup is cakey. Oh, she's so ugly. She's this, she's that. I would do my hair differently, and people would talk about that. They would talk about my shoes. They talked about my real hair. My real hair was apparently too long. So it was like they picked on every single detail on me. And I just couldn't figure out why. Like, why me? Why me? I'm so ugly. Why even give me attention? But at the time, like the things I know now, I didn't know that then. So I fed into it. I fed into the BS. 16 or 17 is when I really started becoming promiscuous. At that point, I wasn't getting any attention. I had never got attention in my life, ever. So by the time I was 16 or 17, I just started going on a sex rampage. That became my addiction, to have sex with people that didn't like me, didn't care about me, didn't give a flying flip, which is really sad. I lost my virginity to a guy that I really didn't even know. I didn't know. And at that time, it's like, well, let me just have sex with someone that doesn't care about me. So, in case if he leave, I wouldn't care. And it's super sad because I would not want my daughter to have to experience that and have to feel like she has to give her body away in that type of form. Okay, at least do it with somebody you like, or wait to marriage. But I wanted to do it because at the time the people I was cool with, they were talking about sex, so I tried it. Just so happened I tried it, and that just became my addiction, because at the time it's like, although they don't like me, I'm getting attention, and I was just running with that little attention. Let's see. With the sex came a lot of feelings. I didn't know anything about soul ties. I had no idea. You have men roughing you up because they don't care. So it was always like rough sex. It wasn't, oh, let's make love. Any of that. Just even slow. It was always just. But that's what happened when people don't care about you, right? And at the time, it was just like, whatever, I'm getting some type of attention, I'm gonna go with it. This one guy, I tried weed for the first time, and I was so high. All I remember is we had sex. He didn't ask, none of that. He just did it. And that right there, that was kind of like my cue to like, I need to slow down. Like, I need to slow down with my life, because what is going on? I just felt like used. And I felt dirty, like very, very dirty. very dirty, y'all. I'm sorry. But not only that, but as I got older, like I went to my first party at 17 or 18, and that's when I really got a lot of attention because, you know, these people, they don't know me. They don't know me, okay? So I was able to kind of like, any club I went to, I was able to just get men. I was a magnet. So that was another thing. So now, like, I'm just laying down with people like I don't know, but they're on me. So maybe they do like me and they don't. Okay. It was really, really bad to the point where you like, oh, now I gotta go to the health department, you know, because men are dirty. I'm being dirty right there with them, and I'm living up for it because I'm getting some type of attention that I never got before. So, hey, why not? You know, why not lay with him? And that was very bizarre, y'all. That's super bizarre. Which is now, like, looking back on it, it was only the people here, only my classmates and my people in my city that didn't like me. But when I was in TSA, Technology Student Association, or in club, I would be a butterfly magnet. People loved me. They loved my attention. They loved my aurora. They just loved me. People float to me. People loved me. So it's just like, it's something about the people in my city that just didn't like me. And I couldn't see at the time that, girl, you have a glow. Your teachers love you, but the people, the peers don't love you. All of my teachers love me. All my teachers had something great to say about me. But it was the people, the kids, that just did not like me, y'all. They just did not like me at all. Like, I remember this one time I was in the classroom. They ganged up on me, just calling me different names. Oh, you look pretty if you know how to do your eyebrows, and this and that. It was just, they got on top of the table, standing on top of the table, just like barking at me. And I couldn't take it because I'm just one person. I'm just one person. I just ran out the classroom. I ran. And I'm just like, I can't do this. It's like, I just couldn't do it. So, you know, I came up with an addiction to suppress what was really going on in my life, which is so freaking crazy. After high school, that's when I really started to just, oh my goodness. I graduated, and then what did I do? I downloaded Tinder. After graduating high school, my grandmother ended up passing away. I was working at McDonald's, and then I decided to stop working so I can join the military. I didn't get to join the military, but since I stopped working, I decided, you know what? I do need some money. I'm 18. Let me go be a stripper, right? Okay. And why did I do that? I do have a story time on my page. Why did I do that? I was like, this is gonna be some quick, easy money. I'm slim. I'm not ugly. At that time, I don't know. Like, I always thought I was ugly, but not ugly. I don't know how to put it, y'all. I don't know how to put it. But my thing was, I did not know how to talk to people because growing up getting bullied, I was always quiet. I never was the type of person to come up to you unless you were just a female, and I just didn't do that. I got called stuck up in school. I got called weird in school. So I got called stuck up because I wasn't a talker, and they think people who don't talk are stuck up. So, but like I said, I was always that weird girl. Ooh, I'm reverting. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm going back, but I remember this time, my friend, one of my old friends at the time, I don't want to tell her business, but There was a bunch of guys at her house, and basically they were just looking for someone to have sex with. Now this was before high school. This was before I was getting loose, okay? But they called me weird because I didn't want that. I at that time I just didn't want to have sex. But as I got older, baby, I'm like, hey, it is attention. Let's do it. Let's go for it. So, stripper, I was like, you know, maybe I can get some money. I'm not too ugly, whatever. Baby, I was only there for 3 days. I experienced some hell in those 3 days. I had a man try to have sex with me. He whipped it out. And I was like, God, I know this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. Just me looking around, I was like, this is not the life. I know I'm talented. I know God did not tell me to do this. But I just wanted fast money, fast, easy money. I wasn't a drinker. I wasn't a person that I'm not gonna drink to dance, or you know, I just felt so uncomfortable there. I didn't talk to anyone. I was so shy. I didn't come up to anyone. I literally would go there and sit down and just watch other girls, and that was that for my 3 days. And I was like, you know what, I am not coming back. And around that time, like I said, my grandmother had passed away, so it was like, I don't know if that was her or that was just some demons that were catching up with me, because I started feeling like a dark presence. And also, I don't want to jump away, but I had ended up getting a girlfriend again. I felt like all we were doing were just having sex. We were having sex, and it just wasn't what I was expecting. I guess because I just really don't like girls, but I was just doing something again. So around that time, I ended up getting Tinder, and I ended up getting a sugar daddy. So okay, it's like, wow. So now this is like prostitution. Okay, I was like, I still need money. You know, I didn't really want to get a job because I knew the job would take my mind. Would take my time from me studying to get in the army. So I just didn't do it. I get a sugar daddy, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to be having sex for money, because for one, if I am going to be doing it, it needs to be some good money. And his money was not good money. And it was just, in the beginning, it was cute. But it's like, oh, let's get a hotel room and let's do it for a few minutes, and then, oh, we're back. You know, it's just like, no. I'm like, this is not me. This is not me. So I stopped that. It was only like 2 or 3 times I stopped that. It was not me. Then I ended up meeting my baby father. My baby father was very different from the other men I had, because he actually texted me. The guys I had sex with in the past, they never asked me how I was doing. They never offered me money. They never offered lunch money. They never, hey, are you good? You happy? You know, none of that. It was only about sex, nothing else. So my baby father, he gave me so much attention. He texts me every single day that I was starting to cling on him. The plot twist is, I found out my baby father had a girlfriend. So I didn't care. I didn't care because I had a girlfriend. He had a girlfriend. My girlfriend wasn't giving me attention, and I'm guessing he wasn't getting the attention because he was texting me so much. I didn't know he had a girlfriend. So, but once I found out, I just like, I didn't care. Being like young and dumb, I guess, like you don't really care about that stuff. So he had a girlfriend and a child, actually. we ended up getting caught. She just found out we were texting, and after that, we stopped communicating. We stopped communicating. At that time, before we did get caught, we wasn't doing anything but just basically like chilling together, texting, nothing sexual. And then a few months passed by, and he ended up texting me again. And after that, that's when we did get sexual. So, you know, it is nasty. I know, it is nasty, y'all. Because now it's just like, this is just screaming STD City. Oh my goodness. But a few months go by, I ended up getting pregnant. I was like in a conflict because I don't believe in abortions, but whatever you do with your body is fine, cool. But as far as me, I don't really believe in abortions. He always told me, like, you know, you don't have to, but this is gonna be hard because I already have a family and I don't plan on losing my family. So in the beginning, I was pretty much cool with it. You know, I was telling him like, okay, that's cool. And then one day I saw like a picture of them, and it's just like, I'm gonna go get an abortion. I'm gonna go get an abortion because I can't take this. I can't take this. And I was just praying to God. I'm like, God, I've been thinking so hard about this. I'm just screaming out to him. I'm just like, God, you know, I know God didn't put me in that position. That was me. That's because we have free will, of course. But I asked God, I said, God, if you do not want me to get an abortion, please, 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 please remove the thought from my mind. You know, this is me just sobbing, feeling just, I can't even describe the way I felt, you know, nasty, embarrassed, ashamed, you know, me condemning myself. And after that day, after those angry thoughts, I never thought about abortion again. But I still ended up praying, God, give me a miscarriage. Let's have a miscarriage. I just, you know, instead of abortion, let's do miscarriage. And then eventually those thoughts had went away. While that was going on, I was a PCA. I was working. Actually, I didn't know this was his grandma, but I was working for his great grandma, and she knew I was pregnant before I even told him I was pregnant. And I'm just like, wow, that's so crazy. That's crazy. I was like, maybe this is coincidence. I don't know. But me and the grandmother, you know, took care for her for a little bit, and, you know, we became close. Right before the grandmother passed away, she was like, oh, I hate that I'm not going to be able to be there for my little boy. And I never told her what I was having. When she told me I was pregnant, I told her, no, I'm just fat. I'm just fat. I didn't want to tell anyone. I told her, no, I'm just fat. I'm bloated. And she was like, oh, okay. Because she actually thought it was a girl. And so right before she passed, she said, I'm not going to be able to, you know, be there for my little one, my little boy. My little boy. I was just like, how did she know I was having a boy? You know, that kind of scared me. But in the midst of my pregnancy, y'all, I had so many angry thoughts. I was going through my hormones. You know, I was alone my whole pregnancy. Although he texted me, he still saw me. We still had sex. Obviously he's not my man, so I'm the side chick at this point. I just felt so alone. I felt very sad, very depressed. Almost my whole entire pregnancy, I was just depressed. Really condemning myself for having sex with someone else's man, someone else's boyfriend. The fact that, you know, I don't know. he always told me, like, you know, I'm gonna do what I have to do. You know, I'm gonna pay the child support, but I'm not going to claim him because, you know, I don't want to lose my family. You know, that right there, I guess it started to make me feel some type of way. And then once my boy came, my baby boy came, that's when the postpartum depression just really hit. You know, I started just felt like I was losing my mind. I started calling my baby father all types of names because I felt so low. When you're hurt and low, you just start hurting other people. So I just started taking my anger out on him when it's like, well, you know, it's not his fault because I laid down with him. Um, well, it's not just his fault, basically. Um, because I laid down with him. I knew. He knew. But I was just so angry with myself and angry and just putting it out on him, and I hate that I did that. But through all of that, he didn't leave. He didn't leave my side. And it was just basically like a bunch of gaslighting and emotional abuse. At that time, I was feeling used, but I still wanted sex because that was my happy place. That was my drug. That was my high. So despite him not wanting to be in his child's life, I was still having sex with him because that's just what made me happy. At one point in time, he didn't see his child, you know? I didn't want him to see his child because it was like, why do I have to make you want to see your child? So I was like, well, you don't have to see him at all. But we were still having sex. So I was just like, how crazy is that? You know, now we have a baby in this picture, but we are still doing what we want to do. So just a bunch of emotional abuse, like I said, a lot of gaslighting going on. It was just me at this point. I was just feeling so bad, so freaking bad that this is going on. And it's like I wanted to let go, but I didn't want to let go because it's like at that point I was like, he's my best friend. I love him, and all we were was having sex. You know, it's not like he was treating me out, or, you know, when you're a side chick, you get your bills paid. You know, I wasn't getting my bills paid. I was getting child support, but nothing for me. You know, that's for my son, and honestly could have just really been hush money. That was hush money, so I wouldn't tell his girlfriend. But over the time, we would go on like breaks because I just felt like I was losing my mind. You know, I'm seeing his family, and it just, you know, seeing pictures of them really made me just really felt like I was really losing my mind, and made me feel worthless. And, you know, all I am was just a sex toy. It just kind of made me feel very bad, very bad. But yeah, I still continued. So I continued to put myself in this position. I remember I would block him and thinking, okay, great, maybe this is going to be the end of it, you know. But I would end up coming back because I missed him, and he's who I knew. I didn't want to have sex with anyone else because I just felt so comfortable with him. And it's like, he knows me. That's how I felt in my head. Like, oh, he knows me, he knows me, he knows me. Everyone else is just want to have sex. They want to have sex rough. They don't even have conversations. They don't even ask, how are you? They just get straight to the point. So I felt like he was so totally different. But really? Like, really, Sadia? I know, but I would always try to get away from him, but I'll end up finding my way right back to him. And the thing is, even before I had Saint, I had people interested in me, but I was scared of, what if they leave me? What if they hurt me? So I wasn't comfortable with just finding my own person. I was just so scared. Like, what if they don't like me? I was so scared of rejection. So I became, I forgot that word. Oh, I forgot that word. When you attract people that are already in a relationship, I forgot the word. I was not. Ooh, I forgot the word. If I find the word, I'll put it on the screen. But I was just so scared of people. And this one guy, he liked me so much, but I was like, I'm afraid, okay? Which is so sad because why? Someone actually likes you, but you want someone that's gonna be treating you like coleslaw. You're the coleslaw. Nobody wants you. But last year, December of 2023, it was Christmas Day. I was on my way to work. You know, every holiday became to be very hard for me because I'm lonely, no friends, no family, no boyfriend, just me and my baby. So it became very lonely for me. I was crying on my way to work. And I remember I had to stop on the middle of the road, on the side of the road. Why would I say middle? I stopped on the side of the road at a gas station actually to fix my car. My car is a little beat down. But this man, he helped me. And when I looked back up, he was gone. And I'm just like, whoa. Wait a minute now, God, is this you? Because why did this man just disappear like an angel? And it kind of made me like, am I in a movie or whatever? But I was like, okay, God, I see you, okay? Someone came to help me. Then I get to work and I end up meeting this prophet. And it was me and it was a gay girl working that day. And the gay girl was actually going through a lot. Her mom and family wasn't accepting her. And I'm in the same boat. My dad doesn't accept me because of the divorce that happened years ago. I didn't even tell y'all that, but my dad wanted me to choose a side. It's either gonna be him or my mom. So my dad doesn't accept me. He doesn't accept his grandson. My whole life I've been rejected. No one accepted me. And then what happens since no one accepted me, I go get in a situationship where I'm not being accepted. Okay. Now my son isn't being accepted. So I felt like God was doing his thing right there when we met with that prophet. I told her everything that was happening with me. I told her I had a baby. With someone else met, I had a baby. I was condemning myself for that because I never in my life pictured that to happen. I didn't write it down. I felt sorry for his girlfriend, and because no one deserves that. No one. But that day, the prophet was like, "You need to just let it go." And in the back of my head, I want to let it go, but at the same time, it's like, I love him and I still want to have sex. So what happened after I saw the prophet, I'm telling her it's going to be my last time. And it ended up not being my last time. But leading up to that, when you know it's really time to stop when you once loved it and now it's like, ew, why did I do this? I don't, I'm feeling a certain type of way, like we wasn't really supposed to do this. It doesn't even feel good anymore. That's how you know, like, okay, maybe it's time to put an end to it. But even though I still felt that way, it didn't stop until our last time we had sex. It felt great. It felt wonderful. I'm sorry I had to say it. But I was like, this is going to be the end. Because I've always told him, I'm cutting you off. I'm cutting you off. I'm cutting you off. I've been telling him that for months. And he never believed me because I would always come back, And then he'll be like, oh no, you can't leave. You know, he always would say that, like, you can't leave, you can't leave, you can't leave. We have a child together, you can't leave, you can't leave, etc., etc., etc. You know, he was like, why would you leave me now? We have a child. And he, like, let's cut the BS. We have a child together that you're not even claiming. So you're not even seeing them. So really, you're paying child support. That's it. But I was just like falling for it. But in the back of my head, I'm cutting him off. So that last time we had sex, I ended up blocking him. I blocked him for 3 weeks, and then I went on a fast. He ended up sending me something for Mother's Day, and a few days later, I ended up unblocking him. We talked for 2 days like we were best friends, and then a third day, I was on my cycle, and my emotions got the best of me. I was telling him how our child was sick, and then a third day, I was like, you're not gonna check on him, you know? And I was like, you know, normally when you don't check on him, you must have been out with your family. He kept denying it. He was just basically throwing it back on me, as always. He always liked to throw it back on me. But my emotions got the best of me, all because he didn't check on his child. So I knew right then and there, after it happened, you know, I need some work done. Honestly, I have to learn how to control my emotions and my feelings. But that day, he told his girlfriend that, yes, he has a child. In my fast, during my fasting, I was asking God if he heard me several times. And once that happened, I was like, that's not God, that's the devil. Because why would he do it like that when my baby daddy said he was going to tell it at so-and-so time, you know? But my baby daddy have always told me that. For 3 years, he always told me, oh, I'm going to tell it. But he never did. So I was like, why would God do that? Then I started thinking, you know what, God, he shows up in mysterious ways. He doesn't do anything the way we say it should be done, right? He always do it how he wants to do it. And it's just like, it's so crazy because during this fast, I was asking God to set me free, break me free. I don't want this on my chest anymore. You know, for 3 years, I've been condemning myself and beating myself up and having low self-esteem and the depression, the anxiety for 3 years, y'all, 3 freaking years. So I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I was, even after he told, I was still feeling so guilty that he actually told it. I was feeling so guilty, and I had just wanted to make sure he was okay. But it's like, are you okay? Like, this is what you wanted, but yet you're still trying to make sure if he's okay. Did he make sure you guys were okay? You know, like during that fast, that period of me blocking him, it wasn't any communication. So I'm just saying, if he wanted to communicate, he would have found the way. But so he never checked on his son or any of that. So I was like, I don't know. Well, maybe this is God, because I've been praying that, you know, I can be married. I can start a family. My son can have his stepdad and someone that's going to be able to love us. So it just it happened in a crazy way. But I'm free. I'm really free. I'm sorry that a lot of things happen. Of course, if I love myself, none of this would have happened. You know, I wouldn't have been getting attention from someone else's boyfriend. You know, if I really truly love myself, I would have had my own man. I would have been doing my own thing, you know. But I felt like this had to happen so I can move on the other side of the mountain. It just had to happen. And I'm glad that I am free. I'm glad that it's off my chest. At this point in my life, I don't care if he is in his child's life or not, but it's just the fact that I'm free now. Like, I felt just shackled up, and I'm not that anymore. You know, I don't want to have sex with someone that's not my man. I don't want to have sex with someone that doesn't know my worth. So this right here, this during this fast, it really has taught me that I am valuable. I am worthy. I'm very talented. I'm very creative. I can do a lot of stuff. I have a lot to offer. But it's the fact of I can't really see it 100%. No one else is going to be able to see it fully 100% unless I see, like, you know what? I have a lot to offer. I'm not a side chick. I'm worth way more. I'm not my past. I'm not this ugly villain. You know, I'm not whatever. I'm worth way more. So I just want to end it with a verse that this lady gave me when I was working for her. Because this is when God was really telling me, you know, I forgave you. But although God was telling me that, it's like I didn't forgive myself. Because I just thought, you know, who would do this? Who would go make a child with someone else's man, you know, because they didn't get the attention they wanted? Like, who on heaven's earth would do such thing, right? But I'm not the only one. Okay. This lady sent me this in 2021. I had say I was 4 months postpartum, I believe, or maybe 3 months when she sent me this. But it says, "The woman at the well, Jesus did not condemn. Jesus told her, if you only knew the gift God has for you and who you are speaking to, you would ask me and I would give you living water." Jesus wanted to tell her about her life and that he knew that she had been married 5 times and was living with the man, not her husband. And he wanted to offer her living water. He did not want to condemn her. Jesus accepted her and he loved her. That's John verse 4. That is John chapter 4, verses 4 through 26. You know, for so long, I was also condemning myself for the fact that I did this completely opposite. I wasn't married. So I just condemned myself for a lot of stuff. All because of I was holding on to my past. I was letting my past go on into my future. And in life, you cannot expect a great future if you're still doing things that is representing your past. I can't operate with low self-esteem if I'm trying to become up here. If I'm trying to get up here, I can't operate how I used to operate. My mindset has to be better. My mindset has to be. John 8, verses 1 through 11. Woman caught in adultery, and the Pharisees want to stone her. Jesus said, "He who has no sin cast the first stone." And all the Pharisees then left and quit threatening to stone her. And then he told the woman, "Where are your accusers? Didn't even one of them condemn you?" "No, Lord," she said. And Jesus said, "Neither do I. Go and sin no more." So like I was saying in the beginning, it's the fact that you have accountability, that you know you messed up. You know you did wrong, and you ask God for forgiveness, and he will forgive you. But you cannot do it again. Obviously, I would never put myself through this again. But, you know, this has really made me become the woman who I am today. I'm able to help other women become better than me, better than what I was. Because if I didn't go through this, I wouldn't be able to be here today to tell my testimony and to be able to just praise God for keeping me here, keeping my son here. My son is healthy. I feel like if God really, really was upset with me, I would not be here today. I would not be having the blessings that I have today. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to keep it real. So we just have to stop condemning ourselves. And if you're still watching today, if you're still watching me right now, I'm telling you, you are not alone. Even if it was just 2 things that we had in common, you're not alone. But you have to know that better is out there. You deserve better. But if you're going to be acting at a low vibrational level, that's all the things that you will be giving. You will be getting nothing but low vibrational things. So it's really up to you. God believes in you, but do you believe in you? You know what I mean? So the moment you say, hey, I'm done with this. I am giving my life to God. I'm giving my life to Jesus. I'm going to be a firm believer and, really live up to that. Just don't say it. This really has been the year I've prayed the most, probably. This has been the year I've gotten closer to God than I ever been. And I still have a lot more to do. I'm not perfect. I'm gonna fall short. I'm still gonna fall short. But it's just the fact that I'm able to know, hey, I have some work to do. So I can get my Russell Wilson, or so I can get placed in positions where God wants me to be. I've been doing so bad for 3 years. For 3 years, I've been just doing my own thing. What if God was like, girl, I was going to do this for you and that for you and this for you, But since I was operating in my own understanding, my blessings has been pushed back. So just know that there's more out there for you. And that, get the therapy, whatever you need, the help, whatever, friends. But there's more to life to just really downplay on ourselves. And God, like, I'm so sorry that I put you through that. I'm sorry that you had to see me, y'all. But I will catch y'all in my next video. Please, I am open to comments. I know it's gonna be some people calling me a skank, a 304, whatever. But hey, this is my testimony. This is my tea. If you don't like it, then oh well, so be.